16. My mom was very cool one time. But my favorite story about my mother is that she was like, I think she was like 15 or 16, and she was smoking a cigarette on a street corner with her friend, and they were like waiting for a bus or something, and she thought she saw her dad drive by. It wasn't her dad, but my grandfather was a very nice man, but he was like very strict and health conscious and stuff. And she thought that she saw him drive by. So, like, as a reflex, she shoved her lit cigarette in her pocket and, like, set her coat on fire.
Oh, my God.
And it was not her dad.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, Mom, how can you not have expected me to be this? This is all genetic.
But, yeah, so then her mom comes to school and is like, oh my God, what are you doing? We're going to the principal, and then you're coming home with me. And Alli's like, it wasn't mine, it's not mine. And it's very sad because it's very like girl who cried wolf situation.
Totally.
It's like the one time that it actually isn't hers. Of course, she gets caught. But then we're with Riley.
Wait, Sean, do you have anything to say about the Alli cigarette situation?
I just feel so bad. And like I said before, there's nothing makes me feel worse than that except for dads being made fun of for being janitors. That's all.
So specific.
But it's such a common thing.
It's true.
Happens so often on TV shows when someone's like, your dad's a janitor. And I just imagine this father-son watching their favorite show together and the dad's a janitor. I don't know why. It's gotten me my whole life. And that's all that's tied with girls getting blamed for cigarettes aren't there.
It's like dad is a janitor, mom is the lunch lady, like the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Also, my high school janitor was cool as hell. He was like a secret scientist. He like invented all this shit and used to like watch like go out into the field and like look at the stars at night with like a telescope he made. He was just a very cool weirdo.
Interesting.
I don't know. We had he was like notoriously dope.
One of my was a famous photographer, like back in the 80s, and he's like, oh, now I like to be around the school, and he's like has all this famous photography work. So don't judge your
That's
janitors.
amazing. Wait, what's his name?
That's the moral. His name is Mike Quigley. He has the same fucking last name as me.
Did people think he was your dad?
So I used to tell. Yeah, no, it wasn't my dad.
Is this where this whole, like, being sad about the janitor thing comes
All
from?
stems from that. Yeah. No, I used to pretend he was my uncle.
Oh my gosh. But then we're with Riley, who decides that...
And then do we have Riley, like, bait mom?
Riley decides to make his mom really see that he's gay, is he puts all of his gay stuff out on his bed. Like, all of his hunks with the Z magazines and, like, articles about gay football players.
The article is just, can you be gay and still play? Which is not subtle at all.
That's such a specific thing. Like, that's so Riley specific to the point where I'm like, where is he finding these articles in, like, 2010?
I don't know, man.
If only there was a publication that geared towards my life, I'd be in heaven.
That'd be great.
But then...
Can you be straight and still crush the rock? Yes.
The answer is a sounding yes.
But then we're with... Then we're with Bianca and Drew, and we're finally going to the dot.
And Bianca's wearing that leather jacket and looking cool as hell.
We're all eating together, and, like, Jenna is already in, like, a terrible mood. But Bianca is really trying.
She is trying. She kind of says the wrong thing, but it just, like, comes out the wrong way.
Yeah.
And Jenna's, like, going in with assumptions.
Yeah. Bianca...
Basically, Jenna sucks, and Bianca leaves, and Drew was like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, he's like, you guys are awful. She said one wrong thing, and you totally jumped down her throat. Like, you didn't even give her a chance. Fuck all y'all, I'm leaving.
There's also a random couple. There's Dave and Tall Girl. There's Jen and Casey. There's Drew and Bianca. Then there's just another couple who you only see the backs of their heads that are never introduced.
Well, I thought it was just going to be, like, the six of them or whatever. But when they get up and, like, storm out, it pulls back on the table, and it's actually, like, almost the whole team and all of their girlfriends. It's more than two more people.
Oh, really?
It's, like, a ton more people.
I didn't even notice that.
Oh, gross.
It's weird. It's super weird.
It's super weird. But But
Yeah. And I guess they storm off and go to the ravine, which sounds like more fun.
Seriously.
Does
Anyway.
sound like more fun.
But real quick, we jump back to Riley's house, and his mom just cleaned up all his stuff and organized it.
Of course she did.
And so Riley, you're gonna have to be a little bit more direct with her, it seems. But then Bianca and Drew are hanging out in the ravine, and then fucking Ron comes by and is like, "You want some magic mushrooms?"
Yeah. So all of my notes for this are, who is this mushroom guy? Oh, it's Ron. Cool. Because I remember Bianca was talking about Ron
Right.
for that concert episode, and she was like, Ron's going to the concert, and I was like, how is this a cool guy name?
I don't think it is a cool guy name. Do you think he's a cool guy?
Kelsey thinks he's a cool guy.
No, I
Kelsey,
don't. I
he
think that
played-
they want to imply that he's a cool guy, that he's like kind of Jay-esque, but he is not. His
He's
name
no
is
Jay.
Ron. It is not good. Like, why is he making that his cool guy nickname?
It does seem Ron does seem like he.
You like Ron.
No, I do not, you guys. I'm not that on brand.
He's got some like Jay and Silent Bob Jay. I can't remember his last name at the moment.
Jason Mewes.
Jason Mewes hair.
Listen,
with the beanie.
Listen, I cannot be attracted to someone named Ron. My body is immediately repulsed.
But yeah, he comes by, and Drew was like scandalized by the drugs at first, but then he's like, just kidding, I'm gonna take mushrooms because I'm not going to the basketball game because all my teammates are being stupid.
Pretty much.
I was excited because this came at a perfect time. I was like, oh, great. There's shrooms in this episode. Because yesterday, my cousin, who's around Drew's age, asked me if I knew where she could find shrooms. I do not. But I tried because I want my cousin to think I'm cool still. So, but like, I tried. Boy Scout effort.
First of all, proud of you. Also, I think that you and I have both reached an age where we are like no longer cool, but are like, we can kind of hang.
I actually, I used to do mushrooms when I was like 20, and a few years ago, somebody gave me some, and they've been sitting in a ball jar in my house for years. Because I'm not going to take them, but I want to think that I will one day. I want to fool myself that I'll do that one day, and I know I
Actually,
won't.
like, with all of the things that I did used to do, I was, like, never into hallucinogenics. Like, I never did acid. I never did shrooms. Like, none of that. Hard pass.
See, that's really all that I enjoyed. But it was a 1 year phase. We all, you know.
It
Listen,
definitely
it was a
sounds like a
phase.
20-year-old boy phase.
Yeah. Although, don't get me wrong. I know plenty of women who do shrooms and acid, and now like ayahuasca is a big thing. Like I feel
yeah.
like that's a rich person hallucinogenic.
Yeah, because you have to like go down to South America and shit to do that.
I think there's actually in New York you can
Yeah,
like have like
exactly.
a guru or whatever.
Okay.
But you do have to like pay a lot of money to like trip your face off and like vomit. Like I'm
Yeah.
like, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah. Any high that implies a vacation is a rich person
Right?
experience.
I don't think it's going to surprise anyone for me to say that I've never done mushrooms.
No way.
But my brother does keep trying to like get me to do them, but I just haven't.
if you ever do, can I be there and watch?
Sure.
Okay.
See, that's the thing. If I were ever to do it, I would want to be in like a safe and a contained environment.
I would be there, and I don't like that's not a thing that I'm even remotely tempted to do. So I will like truly sit and babysit you. Like I'm ready. I'm on board. I'll just like chill with like a latte and watch it happen. Just watch it unfold.
But doesn't it last for like hours?
Oh, no,
Isn't it,
it's
like
forever.
8 hours or something like that. I'm like, that's a time commitment that I don't know if I want to commit to.
It's a day. It's at least 8 hours you're looking at.
That's a
usually.
word long.
That's too long.
That's a lot of hours to like not know what's happening.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
why people
It's
do
too-
it when they're
too
20 because
scary.
they have time.
It's true. Although I feel like you would
Exactly.
probably be good on a hallucinogenic. Like I don't think that you would freak out.
No, I don't think I would either.
I think that you would, like, if anyone is gonna like successfully do like acid or shrooms, I weirdly think it would be Holland.
unless I go into it in a bad mood.
You're
I
the
really do, because I think that if I do it, I will fully melt down. But I think that if Holland does
you
it,
would not be good.
I would not be good. I'm like too tightly wound and freaked out, like, and anxious all the time. Like, my brain just is not condoning this. But I feel like Holland would like just like chill.
I would probably just melt into the couch and sit there for 8 hours. I would probably be boring. I'd just be in my own head.
I'll tell you what it won't be. It will not be boring. It'll be a lot of things. Boring is
I would be
not...
boring for other people.
Also, no, you'll be a fucking delight.
Like, I want this now. I'm going to encourage your brother to keep pushing for this so I can sit in and watch and just, like, enjoy what's happening. And, like, make sure that you're safe. And, like, I won't even drink wine. I will just sit there. I will get an almond milk latte and just, like, chill the fuck out and watch this happen. And make sure that you're good.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll probably never happen, but we'll see. But yeah, so Drew takes mushrooms, and then
You're peer pressured by
but then we're with Riley and Zane, and Riley's telling Zane about how, like, he laid out all of his hunks magazines and she didn't say anything. And Zane's like, I mean, I guess you're off the hook then? I don't know. And I don't really remember what else they talk about.
I don't know. And also, Alli is, like, fully freaking out, and her mom is like just like reaming her.
Yeah, and she's pleading her case, but her mom doesn't believe her. It's very sad. There's just literally nothing Alli can do about it because she's just already been in so much trouble.
They just don't trust her anymore. It's kind of a huge bummer.
Yeah.
Broke my heart.
But then we're with Drew, who is hella high.
Oh my god, Drew is freaking out.
And then he's like, oh no, I gotta go to the game. And Bianca's like, no, you cannot do that. You're way too high to go to the game.
And also, it like hasn't fully kicked in yet. You are pre-high.
Yeah. And then he's like, no, I have to. Oh, what all my friends said were right. Like, I shouldn't have listened to you. And then he like runs away.
Yeah, he's like, is blaming her. And he's like, you talked me into this, which we all know did not happen.
And no.
Not in the slightest.
He's like, wait, let's do shrooms. This was all your idea. She
Fucking
did not
Drew.
say anything. And then we get home because Riley is expecting to like go to a baseball game with his dad, but he gets home and his dad is gone. And his mom's like, oh yeah, he went with your uncle. I told him to go without you. I figured you didn't like baseball anymore. Or she's being real shitty.
I know.
And Riley's...
Riley's mom, fuck you.
And then Riley's like, just because I'm gay doesn't mean I don't like baseball.
She says he's going through a phase, and he's young, and he doesn't know who he is, which isn't true about his sexuality, but the puka shell necklace does give her some credence when saying he doesn't know who he is or what he...
That is
Young
a
and
fair
stupid.
point. She's just like, you're going through something. And it's like, no.
Right about...
I mean, he's going through a fashion crisis, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also he's kind of done going through a lot of the like bad shit he was going through, and he's like in a really good place now mentally, and she's like not having any of it. She's like, you're not gay, you're just going through a phase. Talk to me in a year, you'll be better by then. It's really sad.
Oh, and he's like, and he talks about how he wants to tell his dad, and she's like, don't bother your father with this.
Right.
Which is a real bummer.
Yeah, because she's just like, it's gonna go away, don't even worry him about this.
She like freaks out too. She's like really mean about it. But also I think they just like didn't want to cast someone to play his dad.
Maybe not a lot of Greek Canadian actors out there. They're having a hard time finding one.
Well, I mean, never forget like the comically Italian Marco's dad.
Oh my god. Okay, but then Drew shows up to the game and
he
he's
is
like fucking high as hell.
Super high.
And Dave and Casey are like giving him major what the fuck face.
They're like, there is something going on with
like,
you right now.
You are on something. What are you doing? And then his mom comes over and is like, we're leaving. Tell Mr. Armstrong he's not coming, basically.
She is no dummy. She shows up and like just looks at him and she's like, oh, you're high.
In that scene, you can tell that not only does, Mrs. Torres take no bullshit and sees right through him, but definitely had a party girl past of her own. You can tell she's familiar with that
She
look.
knows things.
She knows it. Well, that's like with my mother, because she can always tell, because she knows.